Hiya, and welcome back to Tower of Fantasy. With 1.5 came a brand new area, new housing, and of course some new bosses. And one of them is incredibly valuable, has an increased drop chance, the best drop chance in the entire game, but just so happens to be horribly made. Awful boss fight, horrible experience. But they thought it'd be a great idea that with a flying enemy that 90% of people can't reach, and at the game right now there's not a current shatter character that can get ranged. What if when he's flying, he puts on armor that only a shatter character can break? Yeah. What? What is your problem? Jesus Christ, man. What is happening? A lot of the boss fights are actually incredibly well designed. You jump, you hop, you dodge, you weave, and you can get to success. But my God, this one doesn't make a lick of sense. Also, his pathing sucks ass. Sometimes he'll just be like, yeah, I'm out. I'm gone. It was fun. I'll be back, and I'll teleport back at the point with full health. Also, he is ungodly strong. He has an ungodly amount of health. Now, why, oh why, would you put up with this absolute hellscape of a boss? Well, because it has the highest drop chance for SSR weapons in the game, it seems like, which is pretty good reason to do it. The new boss brought with it SAMIR's matrices, which is fantastic. Its two-piece is absolutely insane. It just basically increases damage the more you hit your target, which is incredibly easy to do, and also can stack up to a pretty good damage gain. You can slap that on just about any DPS character and be pretty good, or any main DPS weapon. So with the combined glory of course, SAMIR's amazing matrices, and of course the increased drop chance to SSR weapons, they're both incredible surges of CS and power. So it's worth doing, but it just sucks that he's so horrible to fight. It's just like a blech. Anyways, until we get some good characters that can do range and maybe some shatter, it's pain. It's just pain. I digress. How do you go into this masochistic nightmare? Well, the short of it is you need to get to Artificial Island, which requires you to be level 50, and have at least the first 2-ish acts of the beginning act done. So what that means, long story short, the very beginning tutorial type of thing, where your friend goes to a farm. A brother takes this person to a farm. Yes. If you get up to that point, you're good. You can go ahead, you just go to this place right here on the map called Bangies. You zoom in, you'll be able to see that there's a thing that says Artificial Island. You go to that, detonate the helicopter, boom, you're there. And then you have the second challenge, which is to climb the giant ass tower, which I don't believe is possible unless you have grapple hook, because the jumps and the bobs and the weaves to get up there, absolute, I think, impossible to do outside of using the grapple hook relic. So what you're gonna want to do instead is you're gonna want to go and get a friend that's already been up there, make him party lead, tell him to go to that checkpoint that you want, then just ping to him and then detonate the checkpoint. If you're gonna throw some crap at me and say that you don't have friends, well, goddamn, go to our Discord, say hi. Hell, I stream almost every day at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's usually Tower of Fantasy. Pop into one of the streams, and I'll do this for you. Send me a friend request, and you can ping to me. It won't take a long time. Yeah, it'll be fine. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to even talk to me, which, Jesus Christ, alright, rude. I kind of want to talk to you, but fine. But if you don't want to do any of that, you could always monitor the Wordle chat and see if anyone is ever going to do Fight the Dragon, and they'll say like, join in on me, or go to channel X and then go here. But usually people will say like, let's go, we're fighting dragon, join in on me, and then leave the party. That's what usually people will say in the Wordle chat. So at that point, join in on them, and before you go and fight the boss, or maybe after, go and run across the plates until you can get to the checkpoint at the very top. That's the other thing you can do, and that's the way you can get the checkpoint, because you're up there, you're ready to rip, and you should be good that way. By the way, if you don't know how to instigate, and this is going to be huge, I would suggest just copy and pasting what's on the screen right now. It's really simple. You basically just got to pick a channel in which the dragon is up, the channel that you were also in. Be under the plate underneath the boss. That way his AoE attacks can't actually hit your people. That way when people join in, they're not going to get absolutely blitzkrieged by some of the boss's attacks. And then you just need to say join and leave as soon as you ping to me, essentially. And that's how you start these raids, basically. It's just one person in chat, and it's hilarious because most people are waiting for somebody to be like, does anyone want to do dragon? channel 20, join on me, and then you'll just see everyone bull rush you because everyone's waiting for someone to say it, essentially. Because everyone at some point is gonna have gold keys, and at some point is gonna want to do this. Especially considering it's such a bad boss fight. But be patient, because some people will like get their foot in the door and wait until there's enough people to be like, okay, no, this is worth doing the boss fight. And a lot of times people will do this back to back. So if you want to keep pinging that way and like say, keep doing dragon, go to the next channel, do that, etc. Also, one thing I should have mentioned is you also can kick people as soon as you see them actually arrive. So as soon as you see them in the area waiting with you, you can kick them out if they're not aware that they need to leave the party. If they're being forgetful, you need to kick them out so that other people can basically slot in and leave. If you've never done boss fighting before, you're basically a glorified taxi. So let's bring it all back around and answer the question, is this worth it? Well, it depends on how many people show up, to be honest. But yes, honestly, after doing this, I think 3 times, not for very long, I think it was like 30 minutes, or not even that, it was like maybe 15 minutes, after killing it, and a lot of it was basically just getting people to like join in on somebody. I wasn't wanting to talk in world chat because I'm a baby, and other people were doing that for me, and it was taking a longer time. When I did this, out of the 3 attempts that I did get Merle's legendary SSR for weapon, which is a huge bump in my CS, which I'm very, very grateful for. Also, one thing I should mention is you can also switch your party lead if you're going to be like basically the taxi to the bosses. You can switch to basically a 12-player party, the raid party essentially, and that way you can just kick a bunch of people in it, which is a lot more faster. Also, you should set your account so that people can just auto join to you, so you're not having to actually approve everyone, because it'll just take a longer time and you might be middle of fighting and people hassling you to join. Just keep it open. So I think it's pretty worth it as much as it is a hassle. Definitely try to bring some ranged weapons, or else you're going to be sitting there for a long time. It also does look like eventually he does get staggered and knocked out of the sky, and then you guys can do damage. So hopefully there are at least some people with ranged weapons, and you should be ready to rip. But at last, thank you so much for letting me rip many minutes of your life away as you hear me ramble. Deeply appreciate it. If you would like to give me some more time, then maybe you'd like this video over here, which is us basically showing what a slight Spender's experience through Wormhole is, which is just significantly slower and like more bitchy, like a lot more bitchy. That may just be me, but yeah, go check that video if you want. We're gonna cover exponentially more Tower of Fantasy on this channel. Hopefully I can see you in some of those comments. Thank you kindly, and goodbye.